KHOU 11 News at 6 starts now.
KHOU 11 still pressing for answers about ongoing postal delays in Houston. One business owner telling us she's no longer relying on UPS after that helped them miss a special opportunity.
You have to pay to play to go to the Grammys, so I have invested money out of my pocket. I can't trust anyone else for any other hiccups. I don't have time.
Now she's finding another way to make sure her business is no longer a victim of USPS delays.
The Harris County DA's office says a new task force targeting fentanyl dealers is working. Wait until you hear the amount of drugs confiscated so far.
Plus, investigators say more than a dozen families scammed out of thousands of dollars by a couple pretending to be in the funeral business. But right now, here we go. Another stormy day in parts of the Houston area.
Dave, how long before this rain just clears totally?
Another few hours and then it's going to clear out. It's going to clear out overnight tonight, but we got a couple of heavy showers in there. I say a couple. Widespread light to moderate rain, but one thunderstorm in particular dumped some heavy rain through Houston. We've got some minor street ponding going on inside the 610 loop in the Beltway, and that storm itself has now moved here. It's about to impact Mont Bellevue and Liberty with some pretty good lightning and thunder and some gusty wind. So I'll put a storm track on this. This arrives in Mont Bellevue here in just a couple of minutes at 6:07, reaches Liberty by 6:21, reaches Daysetta by 6:45 as this thunderstorm right here heads to the east-northeast right down Old Highway 90 through Liberty County. Otherwise, we're still watching all the river flood warnings in effect. This rain today and this evening is not expected to add to any of the flooding situation, and rivers will crest this weekend and then will begin to fall early next week. So everything will take a couple more days to slowly drain out. Rain across the area, scattered showers through 8 o'clock. After that, things come to an end after about 10 o'clock, and then overnight, rain ends. By 6:30 in the morning, it's breezy, it's cool, temps in the 50s, but the rain is gone. And that is going to set us up for what's going to end up being a beautiful, breezy, cool Saturday with mostly sunny skies and a high temp of 62. We'll take a close look at the rest of the weekend forecast here in just a couple of minutes, guys.
All right, thanks, Dave. While we continue to monitor water levels of lakes and bayous, you can get notifications from Harris County if there's a risk near you. Text the word weather to 713-526-1111 and we'll send you a link on how to sign up for those alerts.
We have been reporting on your frustration and disappointment due to mail delays in Houston for weeks now.
We were the first to tell you about the problem, and today another business owner is telling us about how the postal delays almost cost her the opportunity of a lifetime. Julissa Garza joins us live with her story. Julissa.
Yeah, Cheryl, that's right. The Houston-based business tells me they're going to be part of one of the biggest nights in music, the Grammys. But it almost didn't happen because of delivery delays through USPS.
Kalia Guillory's business, Nap Bar Houston, is all about relaxation.
It's an eco-friendly, luxury, innovative rest sanctuary for sleepy humans to pop in, take a nap, do a little yoga, meditate. You want to get a CBD-infused massage, you can. And then you're rested, recharged, and rejuvenated, so you go out and tackle the rest of the day.
Since 2019, the business has evolved and grown, leading to an opportunity to be part of the Grammys.
So at the Grammys, we are going to curate a wellness experience with our virtual reality meta snooze. So the presenters, artists, performers, executives will be able to pop on our goggles, our headset, which we own the licensing for, and we curated this in-house. It's exclusive just to Nap Bar. They'll be able to rest before they go on stage or before they have to present.
She had to send a sample batch of these boxes to LA, but they never arrived.
When I gave the package to the USPS on West Land on January 10th, when I checked the tracker last week, it was still in Houston.
The deadline to deliver the package was January 13th.
I didn't want them to pull the opportunity because they didn't think we knew how to conduct business when we do.
Luckily, she was able to explain to the Grammys the reason behind the delay.
And thank you guys for covering the story so early. I've shared links with them so they know it's legit and what's happening, and they are working with me, so hopefully we could get it there by tomorrow.
Thankfully, her business is still heading there next week, and she plans on taking 175 of these boxes with her.
When I leave on Wednesday, it's coming on the plane with me so I can ensure that it'll get there in a timely manner.
Kalia is just one of thousands of people who continue reaching out to KHOU about the problems they're dealing with. And another business owner that I was in contact with today tells me they're considering driving to Dallas and shipping their items from there. For now, live in Houston, Julissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
All right, thank you, Julissa. KHOU has been pressing for answers from the Postal Service for more than a month now. In that time, we've received hundreds of emails from people impacted by the USPS delays. If you're one of them, tell us about it. Send us an email to mailproblems@khou.com. Tonight, a Houston man is sharing his story after he says he was carjacked by 4 men at gunpoint.
Yeah, police found his car, but the suspects haven't been arrested yet. Jason Miles has the interview with the victim you'll only see here on KHOU 11.
The carjacking happened right out front of this beauty supply store on Jensen Drive. Beauty is among the ways the victim earns a living. 22-year-old Luis Conde tells me he's been to this store many times and never expected something like this to happen, especially at 4:30 in the afternoon. This is surveillance video shared by HPD showing not only the 4 suspects, it also shows the moment Conde says one of them demanded the car while pointing a gun at him through the passenger side window. Others then come around to the car and Conde exits with his hands up while fearing for his life. The suspects got away with the car, Conde's phone, and cash.
It was either my life or, my car, and I know, a vehicle could be replaced, a phone could be replaced, but, at the end of the day, I can be replaced,
Conde says the first suspect who walked up to the car tried to be friendly at first by asking for a cigarette before pulling out a gun. Conde goes on to say it isn't right when someone working 3 jobs to make ends meet, like him, is targeted. I can tell you that Conde's car was later recovered, but he lost his phone and again, a lot of cash. Anyone with information on those suspects should call Crime Stoppers. On the northeast side, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
Tonight, 3 people are injured after an apparent road rage shooting, and police are still searching for the shooter. Houston police say around 12:30 this morning, a Toyota Tundra started tailgating a car on the Southwest Freeway in the Hillcroft area. After an exchange of words, the driver of the truck pulled out a pistol and fired. 3 people were hit, including a 19-year-old in the head. Right now, Houston police are still looking for the gunman.
Our suspect is believed to be a middle-aged Hispanic male that was driving the Tundra, possibly a female or male in the passenger side of that truck.
If you know anything at all about the suspect, call Crime Stoppers.
Well, it's going to be at least another year before families of the victims in the Santa Fe school shooting will find out if the accused gunman will ever go to trial. Today, a judge once again declared him incompetent. Demetrios Pagorgis will be recommitted to a state mental hospital for another 12 months, according to his attorney. In May of 2018, investigators say he shot and killed 10 people and wounded 13 others at Santa Fe High.
Families making funeral arrangements for their loved ones became victims of a scheme. Investigators arrested 2 people today accused of stealing thousands of dollars in life insurance money. Javon Major and Sandy Broussard are accused of operating a fake funeral home. Today we learned the remains of some families' loved ones are also missing. The constable's office believes there are more victims who were duped out of money. If you believe you're one of them, contact Precinct 1 Constable's Office. Just hours ago, a new task force targeting dealers involved in deadly fentanyl overdoses say they've prosecuted 14 people so far.
Yeah, the Drug Enforcement Administration, along with the Harris County DA's office, launched the task force last year. Adam Bennett live uptown tonight. Adam, officials say prosecutions are coming and the amount of drugs they've confiscated is astounding.
It is, Lynn, over 1 million fatal doses of fentanyl. That is according to the DEA's office here in Houston. Their special agent in charge is calling this drug the biggest threat facing this country. He and other experts say that's because it takes so little of the drug to kill someone. Also, they say it's often mixed in with other drugs and pills, and it's virtually impossible to detect. DEA officials say 25-year-old Honor Wallace of Houston died of a fentanyl overdose in 2022. Prosecutors say she didn't know that drug was in a pill that was sold to her. They say the task force has now charged her alleged dealer. Today, Honor's father had this message for parents.
I think it should be very, very frank. I mean, so you're living in a time where you got a lot of people that if something happened to you, they wouldn't even come to your funeral. And you can't trust anybody on anything. And maybe they don't even know.
And since Honor's death, a new law has taken effect that happened on September 1st. That law lets prosecutors charge drug dealers with first-degree murder if their pills kill. So that means they could spend up to life in prison. Meanwhile, District Attorney Kim Ogg says her office also has a border prosecutor who's focused on fentanyl deliveries coming up from Mexico. I'll send it back to you.
Adam, thank you. And as you just mentioned, Texas lawmakers passed several fentanyl-related bills last session. One classifies fentanyl deaths as poisonings, and a dealer, as Adam mentioned, can be charged with murder if someone dies. Another bill requires fentanyl awareness education in Texas public schools starting in the 6th grade. Families who have lost loved ones to fentanyl share their pain to help save lives. In our KHOU 11 Investigates special titled One Pill, Fighting Fentanyl. You can stream it right now on KHOU 11 Plus.
On Holocaust Remembrance Day, the museum in Houston paid tribute to survivors and those who lost their lives. This year marks the 79th year since the liberation of Auschwitz concentration camp. A woman who went through it as a child shared her story. She credits her mom for her survival.
An organization called OSE, O-S-E, came into the camp somehow, pretended they were the Red Cross, and talked to my mother apparently, and told her that they would do all they could, that we would survive.
Ruth said after her rescue, she and her sister hid in France. A Republican state senator from North Texas has had a change of heart about Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton.
Talking about Senator Drew Springer, who voted to acquit Paxton in his impeachment trial last year. But now he wants the Senate to look into reopening impeachment proceedings. Springer's announcement comes after Paxton said he would not contest the facts of the whistleblower lawsuit, so it would end without him having to testify under oath in the lawsuit. That lawsuit filed by a group of Paxton's former top deputies who said they were fired for telling the feds Paxton was abusing his power in office. Senator Springer calls the move an admission of guilt.
I just feel like, he just wouldn't told the truth. We're misled, on that situation. And, hey, look, I wanted to do my job when we went down there for the impeachment trial. It didn't rise to the standard without a reasonable doubt. If this would have come out and he said, what the whistleblowers are saying is true, we would have convicted him, or at least I would have.
Now, in a statement to the Texas Tribune, Paxton said of Springer, quote, "Why should anyone listen to his sour grapes?" Right now, people on Houston's east side worried about safety after a Greyhound bus station opened in the neighborhood.
And they want change, and they want it now. Residents say crime was their biggest concern. They tell us they are seeing a spike in traffic and panhandling over the last 8 weeks. Representative Christina Morales says she wants the station moved to a more industrial area, like away from schools and homes.
We're very, very upset. Who would want their kids walking past, a Greyhound bus station where former inmates are being dropped off?
Representative Morales says for now, she'd like to see more police patrols in the area.
Bush Airport is excited about the status of a major construction project. Take a look at these images the airport sharing on social media today of the new international terminal. They say the new leaf trusses is bringing a lot of excitement in the building. Houston Airports expects the work to be done next year. This project is part of the largest expansion program in the airport's history, and don't we know it? We've been doing stories about all the congestion.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see the benefit there. All right. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo tells us they're trying to fill 2,000 jobs during a job fair tomorrow. But positions include cashiers, bartenders, security, and others. The job fair is happening at the NRG Stadium West Club. That's gate 14 near Kirby Drive. The event goes from 10 to 6 tomorrow if you're interested. Now is the time to get those rodeo tickets.
Yes, it is. We now know the artists that are in high demand. The rodeo says the concert tickets going fast are Jelly Roll, Lainey Wilson, the Jonas Brothers, Ivan Cornejo, and 50 Cent. 50 Cent.
That's it.
To learn more about how to buy tickets, head to KHOU.com. And Blake Shelton, of course, kicking off opening day. That's happening February 27th.
Can't believe it's time already.
I know.
All right, in the next 90 minutes, professional bull riders return to the Toyota Center. The action continues through the weekend. Tickets for this event are still available.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like spring just yet, but here in Houston, the college baseball season is upon us, and we're only about 3 weeks away from first pitch. That familiar sound means that spring is around the corner, and the Rice Owls say they're moving in the right direction.
I know we're going to win a lot of ball games.
It's head coach Jose Cruz Jr.'s third season.
It's taken me 3 falls to create the environment that I wanted to create. It's just this fertile ground basically for development and for guys to keep pushing themselves and get better.
But the product on the diamond is a byproduct in some ways of the clubhouse's chemistry.
You gotta, bit by bit piece things together, and I think we've added a big piece this year with the culture.
And the Owls will start their season here at home on February 16th in a series where they open up against Notre Dame. They'll also face defending champion LSU and Stanford in some big games to open up the season. At Rice University, Zach Tawatari, KHOU 11 Sports.
Thanks, Zach. Take a look at this new video. Crews rescued a pony and a goat today. That's right. In floodwaters near the San Jacinto River in the Conroe area. That area has seen serious flooding over the past few days because of the heavy rain.
Glad they were able to get those animals out of there, man. And more rain. David, people are going to need umbrellas if they're heading out tonight.
For the next couple of hours, it's going to be wet this evening. The weekend, though, does dry things out. Gorgeous on Saturday, gorgeous on Sunday. I thought we'd just start with the good news, which is beautiful, cool, and breezy as we head into the weekend. Outside right now, as we try to start the weekend, it's wet out here. Gulf Freeway's wet. Cars are moving slow. You can see the downtown buildings, but you can see them up to about right there. Cloud ceiling is very low, only a couple of 100 feet above the surface, an indication of the moisture and the rain that's going on out there right now. Hobby is 63, Bush is 62. Brenham, you're cool at 59. Galveston is also a cool 59 degrees this evening, so it's a jacket and an umbrella as we've seen rain showers expand across the area this evening. There's nothing severe at the moment. We did have a shower go through the heart of downtown, which has put a little bit of street ponding around the 610 loop and inside the Beltway around Houston. That's the culprit right there. That's the one with the lightning. That's the strong thunderstorm that raced through and dumped the rain. It's now pushing into Liberty, just exiting Mont Belvieu now. Put a storm track on that, racing east at about 25 miles an hour. In Liberty, just about now, day set up by 6:43. Felicia by 7:03 as that races east-northeast at 25 to 30 miles an hour. But the rain continues across the area this evening. However, it is not expected to be enough to impact any of the ongoing river flooding that's going on. It's not going to cause any new flooding, not going to cause a big change in the forecast for the rivers, which has them all cresting the major rivers around tomorrow afternoon, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that's when they begin to fall. Early next week. It'll be several more days before you can get close to the river in a lot of these spots as the water stays high and just takes time to drain off. This evening by 8 o'clock, still wet across most of the area. We go past 10 o'clock and the rain ends. We go into tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., cloudy, cool, breezy, 55 at Bush, and a north wind at 10 to 15, may gust to 25 tomorrow. It's going to be a breezy and cool day. This is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Models show highs in the upper 50s to near 60. That's it. With a north wind, breezy and cool, sweater and jacket weather tomorrow. And so there's a little system coming through with evening rain right now that exits and high pressure builds in behind it. Gives us this sunny, cool, and breezy weekend, and then that high pressure, it sticks around. That's sinking air, so it takes a lot of the clouds out of the atmosphere, keeps things quiet for most of next week. Good. Here's a look at Saturday, 56 in the morning, 59 in the afternoon. I'll be optimistic and warm us to 62. Some neighborhoods may not get above 59 tomorrow. Sunny and breezy and cool. The extended forecast, Sunday, 44, 60, sunny. Monday's 39, 63. We increase clouds, but we keep it dry. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, only a slight rain chance a week from today, next Friday. So we get a chance to dry out after these evening and late evening showers skedaddle overnight.
All right, we look forward to that. Thank you, David. Before we let you go, we want to give you an opportunity to help students with the cost of college. You can do that by donating to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Scholarship Fund. Those funds will help provide $2,000 in scholarships to more than 40 students in our area. Now, today is the last day to donate, so we encourage you to pull out those phones, take a quick scan, and help our youth prepare for a future. So important.
So very important. We're back with the news tonight at 10 o'clock.
Be safe out there, umbrellas.
All right, we'll see you then.